right, man. I know a lot of people giving, guys like me and Rick Glosser, I don't even fuck with Rick Glosser, a lot of hell for reporting what we hearing about Errol Spence, and they saying, oh, T Street lying, I'm lying, Rick Glosser lying. And it's a lot of other people, that may not report on it, but at the end of the day, Derrick James just did an interview with Fight Hype. Y'all know how I do it. I'll link it in the description or the source link. And he says that he hasn't seen Errol Spence. He hasn't spoken to him in about a week or so. Okay, so even people say, "Oh, I'm lying. I'm pulling shit out of thin air." I ain't got to lie. I said this is what I'm hearing. This is rumors, sources that I'm hearing that's saying that he's not okay. And if your own coach has not seen you, hasn't spoken to you in around a week or so. And he may not have spoken to him since he got to the hospital. He could be lying or whatever. Obviously, they didn't get to him. And PBC needs a publicist. You know what I'm saying? They really do. They need a publicist to teach these guys how to speak and handle questions like this. And I guess they don't want to invest in it. But let's talk about what Derrick James said. And, another thing that's going around the Errol Spence situation. All right, Errol Spence told Jamil Herring and people behind the scenes that he'll be back in the spring, okay? You got foo-foo dudes with channels that's saying, oh, March or April, and they trying to put their own twist on it. They just be lying, At the end of the day, that channel is, like, the biggest, like, I don't even want it. He just always on my channel getting information. It's going to get to the point where I'm going to go to a fight, I'm going to pull up on him, I'm going to gorilla check him, and I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to let the nigga know. It's just going to get to that point, right? But at the end of the day, that's what he told Jamil Herring. And that's what he was telling people behind the scenes. And one of the guys told me, he was like, well, I heard he walking again on his own. I'm like, walking? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, walking? I'm like, walking and training and boxing and actually fighting are, different things. But, Derrick James said he ain't really heard from him, man, or seen him. So ain't nobody seen this dude. But one thing that's encouraging about it is that he walked out the hospital the same day. Or he got out the hospital the same day. At least that's what they saying. Okay? Out of that accident, he may not have really actually discharged from the hospital. They might have just said that. And then, maybe a couple of days later, he ended up getting out. Maybe a week later, he ended up getting out. Or maybe they let him out because he needed to go get oral surgery. Or he needed to go get looked at orally. Nobody go through that car accident and get out less than 24 hours. So it's a lot of smoke and mirrors being said, and I know a lot of people want to know information about, what he had in his system. Some people saying lean, some people insinuating it was something else, but at the end of the day, for your own coach not to see you, not to invite you over for a cup of coffee, you know what I'm saying? And he had the video on Snapchat of him watching the movie, and, he had a machine going behind him, and his voice sounded a little bit different. Okay? But for your own coach not to see or heard from you and not just get a daily update, really when you talking about planning a fight out, or we going to fight in spring, or we going to fight in January, or we going to take the year off, usually your coach is in on that. Your coach don't necessarily have to be your manager to be on stuff like that. They ask your coach, like, hey, man, we got, just for sex, we talking, let's say we speaking from Errol Spence. We got, for a comeback fight, we got Omar Figueroa, we got your Dennis Hughes, we got Jamal James, Antonio DeMarco, Zito Lopez. Hey, what you think about Errol Spence fighting them dudes on a comeback fight? Usually they'll delegate that to ask the coach, hey, what you think? And the coach will be like, well, you know what? Hey, he might hit too hard, or I think that might be too tough of a fight. Hey, man, I think we should go ahead and just go with Jamal James. That's a good fight for Errol Spence. All right? I'm just seeing a situation. But for your own coach not to hear from you, not to speak from you, not have seen you since the accident, come on, why would you keep somebody out the loop like that? Especially if you okay. If you okay, you see him, you have him come over, y'all have a cup of coffee, y'all chop it up, maybe just talk about life, maybe a little bit boxing. Then he can tell the media honestly, like, oh, yeah, he good. Yeah, I was over there the other day, man. We was chopping it up. It ain't like Earl live in fucking New York City and Derrick stay in Dallas. Them niggas stay in the same area. You know what I'm saying? They stay in the same area and you ain't seen them. And they talking about he supposed to be at Wilder Ortiz too. That's what they saying about. I don't believe it. I don't believe he's fighting in the spring neither. I don't believe it. Because think about it. If he's fighting in the spring, and what's the spring? From what? End of March, April, May, and 2 weeks into June. So for that to happen, you thinking the camp got to start around what? March, because he ain't doing no physical training right now. He probably drinking all fluid, so he got to build his muscle back up. He got to get his protein in back up. He got to get back to used to digesting food like that. And when he do that, he might gain a little bit of weight when he start eating solid food from his body being deprived of solid food because of his mouth situation, if that's true. So you're looking at it with a March camp. So you telling me after that accident and oral surgery, and they say his back messed up, his mouth might be fractured, whatever the situation may be. After that accident, you telling me it just happened in what? October or something, like whenever it happened. So you're telling me November, December, January, February, March. So 5 months, he going to be ready to get back in the ring and hit a training camp. He going to be exchanging leather with 14, 16, 18-ounce gloves on already. Come on, man. I don't see that happening. And from what I'm hearing, ain't nobody seen him. He ain't made no public appearances. Rick Lawson, somebody sent it to me because he got me blocked. I blocked his ass too, though. But, they said, they asked for interviews with Errol Spence. And, Tim Smith, is it Tim Smith or Tim Shaw? One of them. He tells everybody that, Errol Spence not doing no interviews right now. Oh, we need to focus on Wilder Ortiz too. That's the fight to focus on. So he putting a spin on it. This dude ain't okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I heard from people in the street he may never fight again, or it ain't looking good, or that nobody truly knows but them. And nobody truly knows but God. You know what I'm saying? If he will fight again or not. But what I got from that Derrick James interview is it's confirming everything that what I'm hearing. It's confirming. And me, Rick, T Street could be talking to the same guy because I know somebody else talking to the same guy, one of the same guys. And I know the guy that I talk to, is he getting his source from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And his source is not being completely honest about the situation. The same shit Fred using, his source not being honest. And I don't listen to his channel. I just hear what motherfuckers say. I know by what he's saying is that he not being completely honest with him. Now the sources that I know that I use and another brother use, that source could be right, he could be wrong, he could be in between. So kind of you got to put two and two together. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But for your coach to not have seen you, but I talked to him about a week ago, that seems a little bit strange to me. And if he don't fight again, hey, that's on him. He got to live with that. And then you get the cryptic tweet, I give up. Ain't nobody seeing you. All the interviews being declined. Okay. He posted an old picture of him and his dad walking down the street. He posted a video, I think it was Snapchat. Somebody sent it to me. He got a machine going in the back. He sounded a little bit different, maybe like he woke up or something. All right. So he ain't made no public appearances. He ain't did no Instagram live. And he said they expected to be at the fight next week. I don't think that's going to happen. He not fighting January 25th. And plus, they wasn't being honest with me. Oh, well, Earl's still fighting January 25th. Earl's still fighting. That's what they was telling everybody. PBC people, Earl's still fighting January 25th. Now he coming back in the spring. So, they trying to do a lot of smoke and mirrors and hide whatever situation. He be back when he be back. But I found it strange that Derrick James said that he ain't seen him and he ain't spoke to him in a minute. So let me know what you guys think about it. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. You got business questions, correspondence, video requests. Keep sharing the video. Want to make a donation? Just share the video. Other than that, man, let me know what you guys think. And to the haters, I love you guys. Keep sharing the videos. Keep my name in the mentions. Bad promo better than no promo. Y'all know how we do. I put the interview in the description on the source link if you ain't seen it. From Derrick James and Fight Hype. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas, Goodfellas Sports TV. One time for the one time. Check my other channel out for more sports and everything Detroit Motor City Sports Talk. One time for the one time again. We gone.